Hello, today I'll be talking about now Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick's thriller. In this movie, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman play a married couple, and Nicole Kidman tells Tom Cruise's character after an argument that she fantasized about running away with a sailor one time on a vacation. After this year, this leads Tom Cruise to go on an odyssey throughout New York at night, where he's constantly trying to find some sort of revenge to get back on his wife so he'll be able to look her in the eyes again when he gets back home. But over and over again he fails to. And this leads him then to talking to his good friend Nick Nightingale from medical school. And Nick Nightingale used to be a medical student, but now he's a piano player. And he tells him that he was booked for a certain party where he's supposed to be blindfolded and turned backwards. But one time he did see what was going on at the party, and he saw very, very attractive models sitting in there, and Tom Cruise's character says that he wants to go, and Nick Nightingale warns him, but then he finally gives him the password and tells him what he should wear. And then this is him going to the costume store, which I think is a fantastic element of showing the main themes of Eyes Wide Shut, which is grooming and blackmailing. Straight away at the name of the store, Rainbow. This what points back to the very start of the film, where he was at a party of a man called Ziegler, who is seemingly trying to blackmail / bribe him into the cult and showing him what he could have. He's shown, first of all, models at the very, very bottom who are telling him they will take him to the end of the rainbow, and I think that allures to taking him into some sort of way into the cult. But then also at the very top of the stairs, Ziegler is after finding a prostitute that he just had experience of overdosed on the couch, and he helps him. And through that there is a bit of a blackmail showing you help that prostitute and that you might be taking away your medical license for keeping this under hush. And of course the main thing of the rainbow is to get to both sides. So from this scene, it takes us straight over into the party, showing that this is one side of the rainbow riding into the other one, that he's coming to get the costume and to go to the actual manor.
Yes? Who is it?
Peter, this is Bill Harford. I apologize for disturbing you at this late hour, but I need your help.
Who is it that you want?
Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm looking for Peter Grenning, the owner of Rainbow Fashions.
What's your name?
My name is Bill Harford. I'm Mr. Grenning's doctor.
You are Grenning's doctor?
Yes.
Okay. Just a moment. You're looking for Peter Grenning.
Yes, I am.
He moved to Chicago over a year ago.
He moved to Chicago. I wasn't aware of that. Then are you the present owner of Rainbow Fashions?
Yes, I am.
Well, first of all, please, let me apologize once again for disturbing you at this hour, Mr.
Millich.
Mr. Millich. Just to let you know that I really am Dr. Harford. This is my New York State Medical Board card.
A brilliant element of the whole film, a major element, is this sort of thing of elitism and entitlement. Because he is a doctor, he thinks he is privy to anything. Whenever he's investigating certain things after going to the party, he always uses the excuse that he's a doctor to get into anywhere. He's constantly using this title to pull whatever favours he needs done. I think this is showing that he is not too far from the elitism of the cult itself, and showing how close he is and how easily he could be groomed into wanting that extra elitism.
Okay, so you are Dr. Harford? And if I see Peter, tell him you were looking for him.
Oh, no, wait, please. Listen, the reason that I came here tonight was, basically, the reason is that I need a costume. And I'd be happy to pay you $100 over the rental price for the inconvenience.
$100?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Well, okay. How about $200?
$200 over the rental price.
Yes.
Okay.
And straight we see here what the character of this shopkeeper really is. He's a barter. He's constantly trying to get the most out of each deal. He was always going to let Tom Cruise in for a certain amount of money, and he probably would have let him in for 100 if he really pushed. But he's constantly trying to get the best possible deal for himself. And we can see this later on in the film.
Come in. Can't be too careful these days.
I would see there about the alarm, and later on we do see that his daughter is in there with two businessmen, and they are acting as if they somehow sneaked in past him, and we see his apartment is right beside the door. How he wouldn't have heard the alarm, I find that very, very surprising if he didn't, which makes me come to believe that they knew they were there and he was getting ready for the right moment to blackmail them, to pull the knife that he had already landed in them by letting them there.
Please. Is it any special costume you're looking for?
Yes. I need a tux, a cloak with a hood, and a mask.
A cloak with a hood and a mask?
Yes.
Okay. I think we'll find something for you. Follow me, please.
Whenever we see his reaction there, we sort of think, why did he react like that? If someone's coming into a costume store in the middle of the night to wake you up to pay £200 to get there, you would perhaps anticipate something to be a little bit weirder than make him go. But he says something very subtle like a mask and a cape. It's completely strange response to such a common thing. And this is because I feel as though he has other customers that are a part of this cult, and maybe he does supply them their own costumes, and he knows where Dr. Hartwell will be going to, and perhaps wants to leave a little bit of a tender because, again, something I'm going to touch on later on is that he wants to end up selling his daughter towards the cult.
Looks like alive, huh?
Yes. It's wonderful.
Come.
All the lights in this film are really spectacularly done, and they give you a sort of dreamlike sort of feel. Earlier in the film, at the very start, at Ziegler's party, down the stairs there's loads of lights when he is in between going away with the models and going upstairs to help the prostitute. He is surrounded by all these lights. This brings a sort of like fantasy to the world that they're in right now, that it's not our current world and it's more the underbelly of this depraved society.
So, what color cloak? Black, brown, red?
Black.
Are you sure the good doctor wouldn't like something more colorful?
I don't think so.
Clowns, officers, pirates?
No, just the tux, the black cloak.
With a hood and a mask?
Yes.
Okay. May I take your coat? You are a medicine doctor, yes?
Yes, I am.
Look, doctor, I have some problem with my hair, you know?
Your hair.
It's starting to fall down too fast. I lost in 2 weeks a lot of hair. Mostly here. Look at this. Here.
Oh, yes.
You see?
Yes.
And?
I'm afraid this really isn't my field.
What? You can't help me.
No, you should see a trichologist. It's a hair specialist. Mr. Milich, I've obviously left things a bit late tonight, so if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm in hurry.
Part of that they're saying makes me show exactly again who the shopkeeper is. He's gonna try and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until he gets his last bit. He's asking him if the doctor can give him medical advice to try and help his hair falling out. It's just something more and more to take, and I think that's also an element of the cult later on as to why they have certain members. Later on in the film, there's a model who ends up dying, and they can get a death certificate of her. It says that she died of the overdose. If they had somebody like Dr. Harwell, then they could very easily get away with forging whatever they wanted, and I think that's a part of the cult, is who can offer what to help the group.
Doctor, to get back to bed.
I understand.
Shh. So, Black Cloak. Did you hear something? What is it? What is it?
We see his reaction to everything here. It's very over the top, very over dramatic, very theatre. Like, I think this is because this is something he said many times. He knows what he's going to say, and he's delivering it in a way that feels like he's angered, but really it's not. It's a part of his plan.
What is this? What on earth is going on here?
Milich, I can explain everything.
You! What you doing here? I tell you, I promise I'll kill you! And you, have you no sense of decency? Gentlemen, have you no sense of decency?
Milich, have you gone crazy? We were invited here by the young lady.
Young lady, it is my daughter! And couldn't you see she is a child? You will have to...
Something I see here is that he's again putting on this performance here as if he's really hurt here, but I do think there's an ulterior motive to this. We see the businessmen do know him, and they're very surprised by his reactions. They call him a madman. They say, "Have you gone crazy?" I think this is because they think that he's known about everything, which he has, and now he's beginning to pull this knife out to start letting them bleed dry to get as much money from this deal as possible, which can be seen towards the people who then end up being used then in the cult later on.
To police! The police! You little whore! I'll kill you for this! I promise! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Hold on to that girl for me, please!
Milich, this is preposterous. The young lady invited...
The smile towards Tom Cruise, I think, lets us know that this is a performance. She's not worried about her father, and she's not worried about the two men. She knows what is happening here. She knows it's an act, and maybe perhaps this has been done before in her.
Here.
Couldn't you see she is deranged? Doctor, sorry to keep you waiting. Gentlemen, this is now a police matter. You will please stay here until I return.
What is it? Let us out of here.
I'm afraid it's out of the question. Doctor, sorry, what color did you say? Black?
Black.
Gentlemen, please have the...
And heading towards the end of the scene here, we see that he threatens to call the police, but I think this is more to help his bartering and help him get the most out of this deal, because he didn't instantly then go to the police. He instantly goes to help Tom Cruise. Probably wants him out as quick as possible so he can get the deal and negotiations then started, because ultimately this is a business deal.
There's to be fired for the moment! Couldn't you see I tried to serve my customer? Sorry. And you, little whore, go to bed at once, you depraved creature. I deal with you as soon as I serve the gentleman.
And then we get towards the end of the scene. I think this is a really important scene in the film and the context, because I think it really does show what an overall thing of the film is, which is blackmailing and being taken advantage of without your knowledge, and also being groomed. This young lady, she is being groomed by her father to keep on taking all these deals and all, and she's being taken advantage of. And there's a stage in this film, which is a very big theory I do subscribe to, which is that these are showing all the different stages of how these women get taken advantage of. If you subscribe to the theory, which I think I do, at the very end of the film, he gives his daughter away to the cult members as some sort of peace offering sort of thing at the end. And then you would see this as the second stage, whenever she's actively being used as transaction by her own father. And then the third stage is whenever it's the prostitute who brings Tom Cruise into his house. This is much more about her being by herself and being much more poor and reaching out and being being cut out basically by everyone. And then finally we have the last stage, which is whenever they are being taken advantage of by the cult, and if they disappear, why should it matter to them?